This was all done in secrecy.
Neighbors in Hendry County are outraged that thousands of monkeys could wind up in their backyard.
Nobody had a chance to oppose it.
Hendry County residents and animal rights advocates are outraged.
This can't be. It's always somewhere else.
And that is against the law.
Animal rights advocates are vowing to shut down a controversial monkey breeding farm in Hendry County. A judge ruled their lawsuit can continue.
Over a 43-acre monkey farm expected to house over 3,000 primates.
This is horrific.
They'll be raised for use in medical labs.
I think everybody needs to speak up and say this is not going to be tolerated.
Animal Legal Defense Fund filed this lawsuit on behalf of local residents who said they were kept in the dark when the county secretly approved a massive facility to house and breed over 3,000 monkeys without letting local residents know anything about it.
It was kept from us.
Has anybody told you who the people are who are behind this?
No.
We had no notification until it was dropped in our laps.
We were kept in the dark, that they think so little of their taxpayers that they would do something so underhanded.
No meetings, no letters, nothing.
Yeah, I know. Just amazes me and disappoints me.
They resolve all inferences in the plaintiff's favor.
In a court today, a judge decided the neighbors do indeed have a case.
We're not trying to be rude. I mean, this is our job as journalists to try to just ask, can I ask you a couple of questions? You're the attorney who did the argument, sir. So just no comment from the county. All right, so you caught up with him. You're in better shape than I am. You're from Wink, one of the leading stations here in the Fort Myers area. Did he say why he didn't want to talk?
No, he just has no comment. He said, we heard what he said in the courtroom today, and then we can talk to the public information officer.
We're here at the zoning department for Hendry County. We want to get some answers because this lawsuit talks a lot about zoning problems and the fact that this monkey breeding facility was zoned essentially agricultural, and the argument is breeding thousands of monkeys for biomedical experimentation is not agriculture. That's a twisting of the definition. So all of these folks, take a look at them. They come from all over Florida. They want to talk to somebody in authority about this issue.
We could ask everyone to step outside, and there's somebody going to come out and they'll do a press conference. They'll speak to you. But they're not going to entertain questions. I'm sure all of you know that it is ongoing. So I'm certain that you all understand that in cases like that, they just can't do much more. I'm sure all of you have heard that before. So if you could please step outside, they'll be ready to meet out very shortly. We're doing it outside. Yes, it's all going to be outside. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes.
I have a quick. I don't understand this idea that we can't ask any questions and that nobody can answer questions. I mean, you say you've heard that before, but you know, I hear that in Russia. I don't necessarily hear that here in the United States of America.
They do say that here in America, and I'm sorry that maybe you have not heard that, but we're going to be willing to give you a statement and read it for you. We're just asking that you please step outside so everyone has plenty of room to listen, and we have plenty.
My title is County Administrator for Hendry County. Due to the ongoing litigation, I will not be entertaining any questions following my statement. This will be our official statement and our only statement for today. So thank you for cooperating with our terms, and thank you for understanding that we will only be making this statement in light of the litigation. With that being said, the judge denied Hendry County's motion to dismiss and is allowing the case to move forward to the discovery stage. Hendry County will now proceed to file an answer to the complaint. The judge's ruling does not mean that the plaintiffs have won the case or that the county has violated the Sunshine Law. It simply means that the case continues to move forward through the judicial process. We look forward to our day in court to further substantiate that Hendry County did not overstep the bounds of the government and the Sunshine Law. Hendry County stands by the rights provided to our property owners contained within the language of our comprehensive plan and our land development code. Thank you very much. I will not be entertaining questions.
Senator Dwight Bullard has asked for a public hearing. Why not give it to him? What is there to hide? What is there to hide, sir? Why not have a public hearing? Or how many people were satisfied by the statement of the county administrator?
Nobody. No. This was unacceptable.
Do you think that you should have had a right to ask questions?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, there are people thinking about selling their homes. There are people who have sold their homes.
And so if this drags on, the questions that they have, they need them answered with alacrity. They can't wait till the end of a court case.
I understand, and due to the litigation, we won't be entertaining any more questions.
Ironically, Hendry County's motto is sweet, friendly country, but the demonstrators here say there's nothing sweet or friendly about torturous animal experimentation, and that's why they don't want this monkey breeding facility here in Hendry County.
You do not need to torture animals for medical research. And there's huge money. NIH, National Institute of Health, get tens of millions of dollars in tax money every year so animals can be tortured, and that needs to be exposed and stopped. And you need to follow the money trail in LaBelle and find out who the profiteers are from this.
News reporter Matt Doherty joins us live there tonight with details. Matt.
This is as close as we can get, but if you head down this road just a little ways, you'll be there at the site of this proposed monkey farm.
People who capture these animals make money. The people who ship them from one location to another make money. The labs make a lot of money. They get a lot of grants, taxpayer grants. The people who make the cages and restraining devices, there's money all around. And the people who live here have a right to say, we don't want this to become the animal cruelty capital of Florida and the animal cruelty capital of the country. We don't want it here. We're paying your taxes, we're paying your salaries, we have a voice, and we want this to be moved out of here.
For Florida, it's a total embarrassment.
The company that owns the property, SoFlo Ag, has continued to keep things secret. Neighbors say so has Hendry County, which is why they filed a lawsuit.
One of the things that I find interesting is that Primera said that radical animal rights activists were the reason they were keeping everything secret. Now, I don't know, but you don't look too radical to me, my dear. These are people, there was a Facebook page, and look who showed up. Citizens of Florida, taxpayers, some of them who were smart enough to have an umbrella with them. But you are certainly not the definition of radical animal rights terrorists.
We're not a bunch of crazy old ladies. There are PhDs among us, many retired professionals. I was a teacher.
Everybody needs to speak up and say this is not going to be tolerated.
Does anybody here want this monkey breeding facility?
No!
Was anybody here contacted by the county or anybody saying no? Does anybody know who's behind this facility? Does anybody know where the monkeys are coming from? No. This is just the beginning of the case. What's the next thing that happens?
Well, the next thing that happens is we're going to move on to what we call an evidence gathering phase, where we're going to get the opportunity to actually talk to county employees and dig into what really happened here.
I'm Janevelezmitchell for Jane Unchained in Southwest Florida.